Hi, Miss Q. This is Richmond Legaspi from BSP1A going to talk about one of my favorite movies during the pandemic era. It was released on September 30, 2020 under Ryan Murphy, which is one of my favorite directors. He has not failed me yet in the series and the movies that he's been producing. So I want to share that with you and let me pull up my presentation. So the movie that I want to talk about is entitled The Boys in the Band. It revolves around a group of people that lives in the late 80s or 90s and the struggles that the members of the LGBTQ community have during that era. So the plot of the movie revolves around one apartment wherein in that time they only get to be themselves inside the apartment and outside they get to hide themselves and basically cover themselves up by profession or their careers to hide their gayness or their truest self. So the movie, nandun sila sa apartment and they get to be themselves to sing and dance to diva songs that would be that would have them discriminated against should they do it in public. So the problem resides in all of them hating each other at the end. Kasi the movie, yung plot ng movie is that they have to call someone that they feel like they've truly loved and they need to confess. And the reason would be they would not get the feedback that they would hope for, basically outing themselves out, regretting it immediately after and blaming each other for what happened. So how is it resolved? One of the things that I found interesting in the movie it's not resolved. Like for me, it's a really good point kasi not all movies have an happy ending. Eh. Hindi lahat glitters and rainbows. There's movies like life. Hindi lahat sa life happy ending. Meron talagang problema na hindi nasusolusyunan. And during that time, they just have to deal with it. They have to live with it. Na kahit ano yung consequences ng actions nila, umamin sila na they're gay, they can take it back. So what they have to do is just live with it lang to endure the struggles, to endure the pain. Kasi little did they know a few years after that, they would take one step closer to being accepted by the community. So what I feel like the moral story of the film is that we live in a cruel world, and kagaya nga na sinabi sa Simba, if the world turns its back on you, you have to turn your back on the world, and that's exactly what they did. Na for me, parang nilang sinasampal yung basic criticism of society every time that they get to be themselves talaga, and they may not be the perfect group of people to be friends with because nga, they end up hating each other. They tolerate each other's bitchiness. So you'd say, but at the end of the day, they're still there for each other. They got each other's back. They when all of them are broken, they're the ones who pick up the pieces and build themselves back up. We live in a world up until today. It's still not over the fight of the LGBTQ community of being treated as equals or as basic human beings. So this film definitely apart from entertaining for me, it was an eye opener na first, we do live in a cruel world. Second, you can't do anything about it. And third, you have to rise above it. So that about sums it up for me for the movie The Boys in the Band. I hope you enjoyed this sort of review that I did. And I would definitely recommend that you watch it for yourself and see kung ano yung impact sa'yo ng movie, Miss Q. So once again, have a good night, Miss Q, and God bless you. Bye-bye.